Hello.
Hey, chat room.
How's the best chat room ever?
All right.
Oh,
Chat
hey.
room, we are live.
Let us know when you hear us.
Yes, there's a good 30-second delay between us and the chat room. And I see Sybil has not joined us. This may be bad. If Sybil,
Should
if
we
Sybil
page
can't
Sybil?
make a Sunday time show, yeah, somebody please page Sybil. Let her know we're on.
Do we
Or
know?
him.
Does she have a
Or her.
Twitter?
Somebody find Sybil so we can start the show. Go to, make sure I actually got the actual right video up in the live page, because that would be kind of embarrassing if it was the wrong one.
So, guys, when we do end up, okay, good. They see and hear us.
Okay.
When we do that thing that we were
Thank you,
talking
Virgo.
about that we need to sit down and figure out, we should totally have Sybil on.
That would be awesome. But Sybil has denied every request I've made. But maybe if you guys ask.
We can ask. I'll bribe. Eludra can bribe. We'll send
Cookie.
brownies. Brownies.
So many brownies. Oh, my God. I can't eat them.
No?
Oh, I closed the chat.
I see Lariana.
Okay, sound effects, chat room, media player. Okay, I think everything is lined up to go. Uh-oh, we lost Radius.
And my goal is to not type in tittle instead of title tonight.
That's not safe around me. You know where I'll go.
I write half my job is writing, and you'd think I could write title.
YouTuber shows you people. Thank you, Kaz. I appreciate that. All right, I guess we will go ahead without Sybil, which just feels like a weird thing to do.
Oh,
hey,
guys, come on.
We got a show to do.
The rest of our audience is awesome. Don't just
Oh, absolutely.
playing favorites is always Zod. I see how it is.
I have not tweeted, by the way. If anybody has the ability to, but otherwise that's good.
I can tag the podcast in us. 1 second, I will do that, and I'll tag the guild.
Yeah, I rebuilt my computer and I don't have that Twitter account set up, and I gotta find where I did with the password to it.
When you find it, you can share it too,
I will, absolutely.
if you want.
I think Mew is tittering at your tittle. Which doesn't sound like a safe thing. Okay, are we all ready? Eludra at the top of the document?
Eludra to the document. All right.
1 second,
Ready,
I'm
Jack?
waiting.
Okay.
Alrighty!
All right, Eludra, you good?
Yeah, I'm good.
All right, let me get the audio panel up. All right, we will start in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. On this episode...
Dude, you can't do that.
Were you okay?
Yes, I'm here now.
Okay. All right, Makala, under control, please. Okay, let's start in 4, 3, 2, 1. On this episode of the AIE Podcast...
The AIE Guild Gameathon is coming.
It is time to coop.
We've got the SWTOR Amazing Race Leg 4 standings.
Digging for guild info in Final Fantasy.
Jedi and Vren are here to talk about WildStar.
All that and more coming up right now. Bringing you the latest news from the AIE gaming community from planet Earth and beyond. This is the AIE Podcast. All right, welcome to episode 209 of the podcast celebrating the Aliyah Iocta-est gaming community. This is Accusod. With me, as always, is Eludra.
Hey, AIE, I think you're awesome.
And sitting right over there, we've got Makala.
Hey guys, I left some pumpkin cinnamon scones in the guild kitchen.
Ooh, it's that time of year, isn't it?
Oh, we hit Trader Joe's today. It was all things pumpkin.
Oh, can't wait to hear about that. Okay, this week we're joined by special guest Jedi and Vryn here to talk to us about AIE in WildStar. Welcome, guys.
Hey. How's it going?
Okay, so hey, let's jump in there and talk about what we've been up to this week. We'll start with, alphabetically, we'll go with Aludra. How have you been?
Ooh, how have I been? I've been all right, you know. Playing games. I've been raiding. Yay, raids!
Yay.
Which I'm sure nobody else in this podcast, knows
Nope.
about. No, not
Raiding?
even a
What
little
is
bit.
that?
Yeah. So
Like
I've
the
been
fridge?
raiding. No, I wish. No new garage heirlooms for me, but a lot of our members have getting like triplicates, so that's really irritating. Just saying.
It is kind of frustrating when then you want that one thing to drop and everybody else gets doubles and triples and.
It could
Yeah.
be worse. You could be Old Man Frank's.
I could be Old Man Frank's.
That would be worse in many, many ways.
Many
Yeah.
things. But you'd have a really cute wife.
It's true. But your husband might be upset.
I like my husband. Thank you. So I've also been playing a lot of Final Fantasy. Yay, Final Fantasy!
Hey,
Yeah, I've just been leveling
hear
another
that.
character.
I hear that's like amazingly popular. Like one of the second most popular MMO in the world at the moment.
Yeah, they got like 2 million subscribers right now.
Great.
And I can honestly say I have never played a prettier MMO.
It is
Like-
gorgeous.
Oh my gosh, I love it. I just like, and they even give you a log just to go sightseeing.
Great.
Nice.
Like seriously, just go explore how pretty our game is. So I love that about it. Oh man, I'm leveling a whole new character, even though you only really need one because why not? And just having adventures therein. I also managed to get into the new game that's out, this new little MMO, Archage.
I was gonna say which one?
I've heard
There's
of
one of them. How is it? I keep hearing about it, but I don't know anything about it at all.
Well, so far it's pretty standard MMO stuff, except nobody could get in for the first week.
that. Oh wow, that's not good.
Yeah, it was pretty
That's
crazy.
pretty
It was insanely
standard
more
MMO too.
popular.
Yeah, that's kind of how they all start out.
But I got in last night and I was able to get to level 10. I am a mage with better mage powers. They give me a mage machine gun ability, you guys.
Oh.
I rapid fire bullet mage things, and I have healers, and so they call me a cultist now. So I'm cultist. I can't even be a Ludra because somebody stole my name on the AIE server. Find this person! No, I'm kidding.
Well,
I don't have the money to
maybe-
pay for the bounty.
Maybe you should tweet out and say, hey, if you were nice enough to hold my name for me, would you mind giving it up now? Someone may have done it out of
kidding.
kindness.
Well, I've tweeted it several times. I want my name in Archage.
Yeah.
Is this
yeah.
a free-to-play or is it a monthly subscription?
It can be a monthly subscription. If you pay a monthly, you get all these bonuses and stuff, but I'm playing it for total free.
Okay, it's a standard free-to-play model. Free-to-play with extras. Cool.
Yeah.
Well, I have to jump in there and try that out then.
Yeah, it's pretty fun. It's not as pretty as Final Fantasy, but I'm told I'm being unfair by even trying to compare it. So,
Now, is Final Fantasy as pretty as Eve?
Final Fantasy's prettier than Eve because Eve is a lot of nothing at a time.
Oh.
Oh, those are fighting words, I think.
Oh. Don't say that next week when we have you know.
Oh, I will. You think I won't? I'm
I
scared of
know.
those spaceship guys.
Okay,
Interstellar
well, let's
portal jockeys. Let's move on though.
before we start Interstellar War, let's move on to McCalla. How have you been this week?
Pretty good. Much like Aludra, I've been trading, mostly with Aludra. We had an amazing night Thursday. We got through Wings 3 and 4 on Flux, I think, in record time. And had pretty much, I think, the cleanest Gary kill we have ever had.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. You can definitely tell that a lot of us are getting our cloaks and getting some orders
Yeah.
here. It's making a difference.
Oh, yeah. Except I can't get anybody to drop a dang necklace for me. Anywhere.
It's a necklace.
Just go
Make
to
your own.
Tiffany's. Just go to
No,
Tiffany's.
I'll make my own. But I need the mats, evidently. But that's been about the extent of my game. Amazingly enough, though, thanks to our dream team and other gatherers, it's a week before the craft fair, and I don't need anything, which never happens.
No.
Right. There's a few more things that Tet needs for jewel crafting, but the lower level stuff is set. We have an amazing group of people are out there busting their bums, making sure we have what we need, and it is really impressive.
Nice.
That's awesome.
Yeah, they're great.
Way to take advantage of those pre-expansion doldrums, by the way.
Oh my god,
I'm
right?
just saying.
Oh, yeah. On a side note, real-life jewel crafting, so there was an announcement yesterday that they're going to be doing a Phoenix Comic-Con Fan Fest in the middle of December. And
because everybody's flush with money in December.
Mm-hmm. Well, that's what I'm hoping. And
no, it's a good time to get Christmas presents.
Leontine and I decided that, hey, yeah, no, we want to do a show in the middle of December. So I just sent my application in for us to vend.
Nice.
Yeah, so if you're in the Phoenix area and want to come out to Phoenix Fan Fest, Comic-Con Fan Fest, come visit us December 12th through 14th. So this means stress crafting, which is always a good time.
Mm-hmm.
That's awesome. Okay, let's move on across it.
Yes.
Let's move over to Jedi.
Hi.
You've been on the show before, but it's been quite some time. What have you been up to since you were last here?
I have been, well, just like recently, Rin there conned me into, not even conned me, he was just like putting in Skype chat. He's just saying like, oh man, look at my Destiny stuff, and he's like, and I went out and picked it up, and I've been playing the heck out of it on my Vita. In fact, I'd be playing it right now, but apparently the remote play and Google Hangouts don't play nice.
Nice.
Well, we appreciate you making the choice to be here instead of there.
So,
we appreciate the sacrifice that we know.
Yeah.
Sacrifice. So instead of half podcasting here with you guys and half playing Destiny, I'm just gonna do the
100% of his attention.
100% of the attention. Yeah, that, and then I've been I played Archfage, but I couldn't get past the queue.
Oh,
Yeah, that is the heck of a boss. There's no way to gear for that.
Every time I open it, it's like 30 minutes or more, and I'm like, oh, nope, I got better things to do.
Mm-hmm.
So,
My time is more valuable than this.
Ouch. Okay, now you got to fill me on this Destiny. I keep hearing about it, and I saw a really awesome commercial on TV. It looked hilarious. I also hear downside something about the gear doesn't drop well enough, or there's cheats already going out there about it. But what is Destiny? Is it an MMO, or is it a first-person shooter?
Yes.
What kind of game is it?
sure.
Yes, there you go.
Yes, it's both.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's really an MMO because you really don't interact with anybody.
There's no chat.
There's no chat, so you can't like. I had some guy like following me around on his little speeder bike thing last night, and it was a little creepy. Like for about 30 minutes, I'm just like I'm trying to like just sitting in my bedroom on my Vita, just playing, and this guy is just like following me around. It's like, come on, I just want to finish this patrol thing, whatever I'm doing. I mean, I just picked it up the other day, so I'm not like a Destiny expert, but I thought it was a little weird that this guy was just following me.
That is really kind of odd. Well, hey, you got a fan. It's always good to know.
right?
Or a stalker.
Or a stalker, which is kind of cool, too, sometimes. As long as it's not a crazy stalker.
Yeah.
Okay. Hey, well, friend, this is your first time on the show. Why don't you tell the listeners a little bit about who you are?
Well, I
What's
work
your
for
favorite
an
color? If you could be
My
any flavor
favorite-
ice cream,
My
what would you like
favorite
to
color
be?
is blue. No.
No, pink.
No. I work for an insurance company in Birmingham, Alabama.
Mhm.
I've been with AIE. I've been with AIE in first in Rift, then in SWOTOR, and then now in WildStar. I have not been with AIE in WoW just because I've been with the same guild in WoW since before AIE.
He plays
was a thing.
Alliance.
Oh, you can still be our friend, but yeah, we're gonna be looking at you with suspicion.
Well, technically, I'm not playing at all right now, so I'm not really playing
Okay,
either faction
well
at the
then.
moment. So yeah.
That's one less Alliance player, guys. We did it.
Woo!
That's okay. It turns out he lives like an hour and a half from me, so I can get him.
Oh, okay, cool.
I will bring him to the dark side.
Yeah. Other than that, I've been actually like Jedi. I got into Destiny about a week ago, so I just hit. I got to 20 last night, which is kind of the level cap and kind of not. It's weird when you get to level 20, you stop leveling up with experience, and you actually level up by improving your gear. And your gear has a stat on it called light, and as you stack up your light, your level goes up higher. It's kind of weird, but so I just did that last night, and But I've been playing on the 360, so I have no one to play with because no one's playing it on 360.
Oh.
Oh, that is sad.
Yeah.
Last gen tears.
Yeah.
First world problems. Okay, well, with that, let's go ahead and. So I'm looking forward to talking about WildStar here in a minute. I'm glad
Heck
you didn't
yeah.
segue into that.
Yes.
The game I beat.
So, you beat WildStar.
Aren't you?
Okay, I can't wait. Hold on, I want to hear about that. Let's hold off. But for now, let's jump into AIE news.
AIE News.
The AIE Guild Online Gameathon, or AGOC, because that's not a mouthful.
Makes
of letters,
sense.
right?
So it's
is
AGOG.
Oh, it was AGOC and something I copied. Let me update that.
It's the
Well,
Agog.
thank you. It's Agog, which actually makes a
It's
ton
easier.
more sense.
Agog,
It is
it's
quickly
now Agog.
approaching. We are agog
Those
at
are
how
hard.
quickly the Agog is approaching. On
Which is
October 4th.
hosted by Azad.
Yes. Join guildies, podcast personalities, and AIE officers for a one-of-a-kind gaming event to help pay for our guild expenses like hosting, Umami, and the always popular Guild Hall at BlizzCon. There are a ton of ways you can participate, including playing online games. What? You just play games and you can participate?
Wait, we play games in this community?
I know, it's.
I heard that was a thing.
I thought we were a book club.
Yeah.
Play
We
games.
can be. We can be.
You can advertise or buy a guest spot in the Agog, or just donating, plus swag. Spots are available on the Frog Pants store. If you've ever wanted to pet battle a Ludra, I can make that happen. All you have to do is go to that store.
Yep, links are in the forums, and just for those who may be interested, I actually did a write-up on my own post on my own blog at
great.
aguzad.com. So there's a whole another way to reiterate how the whole thing's working. So
Not
You
to
can
mention
post 2
Twitter,
pages.
guys. This is everywhere. We want you to participate. We want you to have fun, and we want to see your smiling faces.
there's
And
only
there's some
week left, too.
amazing.
I
And
heard
there's
the
some
9:30 slot is
absolutely-
the best one.
Yeah.
10:30
9:30 slot,
actually.
yeah.
Is it 11:30 is really good? Isn't that the one that's the best?
7:30.
No, the FERT slot.
Oh.
11:30. Oh,
I'm
it's
at
one
2
raid.
slots.
I gotta say, okay. By the way, one of the donations you can donate, or one of the thank you gifts for donating, is a chance to come do a fun run raid with the FERT raid team in World of Warcraft. We do gotta warn you, please be above the age of 18 and not easily offended, because we get kind of I don't know what the
Blue.
word
We
is
get
to say.
blue.
We're very
Yeah.
blue in the raid. It's
Yeah.
hilarious.
You'll see a
We
whole
have
different
fun,
side
but
of
we're
people.
All right, so there's a Final Fantasy Fan Festival at the Rio Hotel and Casino in Las Vegas on October 17th through 19th. And of course, we have a meetup planned.
We have a meetup?
Fantasy, yes. The Final Fantasy 14 officers will be hosting a mini guild hall. I don't know if they're going to shrink us or if the hall is small or what. But if you are planning on attending the event, stop by the meetup.com site to sign up. Also, we have a meetup site. Dude,
We do.
I
And it's still
totally
going.
put that in there. I know. So use it to plan your AIE event. Right now, there's a discussion going on around a possible get-together at Dave & Buster's in the Franklin Mills Mall in Philadelphia. If
There's
you would
no
like to
date on that one yet, so that's why the
No.
discussion's going on.
Yeah,
Get on
exactly. But I mean, if you want to plan something and reach a lot of guildies, use the site. It is really brilliant for that. Now, just a reminder for those listening and who aren't viewers of our amazing podcast, we're now recording live on Sundays at 6 p.m. Pacific. Spread the word. Bring your friends. Come see our awesome live show. Yes, the live show.
I have to interject. Sybil has shown up. Thank you, Sybil.
Yes,
we
we're
were
good.
worried
We're
about
good.
it. We're good.
Zod apparently plays favorites with our audience. We all know
I
it.
think
It's the mascot. Sybil's
Sybil
the
has been
mascot.
to every single recording that I can remember in the last 4 years. I think Sybil's been here more often than I have.
Probably.
Probably.
All right, and if you are doing something fun around the AIE gaming community, you let us know. We always want to hear what our great guildies are doing in the game. We want to know what's up, and frankly, you guys are really good at hiding that. So let us know.
All right, and wow, so not only is the AGOG, Agog, hosted by Accuzod, next weekend, but so is the craft fair, and so is Coop. So if you listened to last week's show, you know all about the craft fair and all the amazing events we have going on, thanks to Cy and Vel. But Alakaz just announced that we'll be running Coop on Saturday the 4th also.
Nice.
Invites go out at 8:30 server time, so be ready to hassle the Alliance, get some achievements, maybe a bear, deciding on what we end up doing, and have an all-around great time with one of AIE's most chaotic traditions.
This just in, I messed up a time.
Yes.
We actually record live at 5, not 6.
We do?
Yeah.
Oh my goodness,
There's
woman.
a clock in front of me. I know.
There is.
Time zones are hard.
Times are hard. Time zones are
But
hard.
it's my time zone I was talking about.
We still love you. You're beautiful and all of that, and you make good brownies.
Thank you.
All right. And do you have the end of expansion blues? Well, a lot of people do too. But the team recruitment section in the forum has been busy. There are people looking for leveling groups, new and upcoming raiding teams, flex raids, fun runs, and PvP.
Now, if I can interject there. I know. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
No, what were you going to say?
I'd say due to the standard pre-expansion doldrums, where a lot of people kind of find their guilds falling apart, which happens every single expansion, not a big deal, we've had a large influx of new members into AIE because they've heard how awesome we are, and their guild is kind of falling apart, so they want to come check us out. And a lot of them are looking to raid. And we've actually got emails from a couple that are like, okay, I just joined this amazing, massive guild, and I can't find a raid. And, of course, we direct everybody to the forums, but, again, not all the raid teams are using the forums either. So if you're looking to raid, there's a special raid section in the World of Warcraft forums. And if you run a raid team and you're looking to fill people who maybe dropped out because of the doldrums, don't forget to post that you're looking for people in the forums as well, because there are people looking to raid out there.
And we want raiders, dang it!
Yes, we do. Even though we're not a raiding guild, we know raiding is a huge part of the game, and it's a lot of fun to get loose on Mumble, talk with your friends. It's a good time, and get those achievements. Also, we have another really fun guild event coming up. Zephyriah is throwing an AIE homecoming dance, which he's calling the Dance to Ghoul for School event on November 1st, which is the Day of the Dead, so it's a great date. We have information going on. I was just glancing at it earlier. It looks like it's going to be a really fun event. So not only do we have all the events going on around the craft fair, but we have some other fun things going on as well.
Okay, this is the first I've ever heard of us having a guild dance. I think that is awesome.
It's amazing. It's a great idea.
Major kudos to Zeph for thinking that. It never would have occurred to me. But
Definitely.
that is absolutely awesome.
Oh,
Okay,
no, wait.
John,
Now we need to look for dates? No, I'm not down with that.
Oh, let's go. Let's go stag. Who cares?
Yeah,
You can go stag.
Yeah.
I think you're
It's
allowed.
just like every other high school
Only
dance that I
druids
went
can
to
go
without
stag.
being late.
I'm a mage.
Nice.
True, just bring yourself. I'll bring a demon.
That's good.
I think I can get a date.
You can bring Alka-Seltzer.
Aqua Seltzer, yeah. Snow cones.
Okay, so let's jump over and talk about some Star Wars: The Old Republic news. The Amazing Race is well underway in SWTOR, and if you don't know what the Amazing Race is, it's just an amazing, genius idea that Pell came up with for this multi-night. It takes place every Tuesday night at 9 p.m. through the month of September. So it's basically, this is probably the last one, wasn't it? But they do these amazing in-game challenges and events. You got to go places and do things and solve puzzles, find people. It's just a whole, every night, every week is a different thing. And I think his ideas have always been awesome. And I really would love to have somebody in World of Warcraft step up and do an Amazing Race Warcraft edition so I could join it. But they are.
I'd love to jump in on this too. It looks really fun. Unfortunately, we record our show at the same time he does this, so.
Oh no.
No.
So
I've been looking at stealing it for that game that I play.
All Star.
Yeah.
The Amazing Cupcake Race. We could try that.
The cupcake
Ooh,
race.
I think there's some shows on that on Food Network.
I think there probably is, absolutely. So we want to give a shout out to the race going underway and tell where the standings are. And this is the fourth leg. This might be the final standings, actually. I don't know how many more Tuesdays are in the month of September. Quick calendar check. Oh, there's one more. One more the last day of September. So this is the penultimate standings. In first place is Middle Isla with 811.5 points. Holy cow.
Did you notice we gave you the hard-to-pronounce names?
Yeah.
I did notice that. Thank you very much. I almost said something about it, but I didn't need to because you did.
Words are hard.
Second is Edwick. Third is Sten. Fourth is Yuktorio. Cool name. Fifth is Tisala. I've been practicing my Esperanto. That'd be like Tisala. Okay. And sixth place is Fractula, which must be something to do with Dracula. I'm not sure, but very cool. So they've got 1 week left, and I don't know, Middle East is so far ahead. 811 points
That's
versus
pretty
Edwick on
impressive.
second at 495. So, Edwick has got to make up a lot of ground to catch up. But I really think we should get this televised, kind of like a League of Legends match, get some streamers on there. I think it'd be awesome.
Yeah. Sponsor them. And
That'd be very good. T-shirts, everything. Televise them. Also, on the next Inquisition chopping blocks, Ask a Guildie is Divas. You can find out what makes this great guildie tick on the thread in the SWTOR section of the forums.
Not to be outdone, Final Fantasy is also to make their player base a bit uncomfortable. Players who have logged in with the last 2 weeks are thrown into a drawing every Monday by none other than me. Winners are given a chance to answer random questions about themselves if they so choose and get their choice of very expensive, very rare gardening pet. Yeah, you knew there'd be pets involved if it was me.
Always. And gardening.
Mm-hmm. Because digging in the dirt is my new hobby in games. Yeah.
Okay, and so with that, let's get back to Jedi and Vryn, and let's find out what's going on in that wild, crazy game known as WildStar.
Ooh.
Cupcakes!
Yay, cupcakes.
Okay, you know what's silly? I don't even remember where the cupcakes reference comes from. I played the game.
He calls you a
in beta.
cupcake.
Does he?
Yeah, the announcer is like, hey,
When you get to the very
cupcake.
first level, it's like, way to go, cupcake.
Cupcake, yeah.
I played like every class like level 10 during the beta. I don't remember that. Maybe it wasn't in the beta? Or more likely I just don't have a good memory.
Yeah.
I could
More likely you just tuned it out after the first time. You laughed, you had your moment, you just tuned it out after that. You're like, yeah, I'm a cupcake.
I was too busy laughing at the suicidal murderous hamster dude. He cracks me up. That's my favorite character. Okay, so sorry, you guys, take it away. What's going on with AIE and WildStar?
Okay, so first thing I want to thank Cav has done an amazing job like getting the guild like set up and through the GERT process, and just recently he stepped down and he put the keys gave me the keys to the car. And I'm driving toward that cliff.
Over as game director?
Yes, I am now the WildStar game director.
Congratulations.
Congratulations, and we're sorry.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So that's a thing. And with that, because WildStar is kind of in like this slumpy state right now, Carbon has done. I don't know. They've been focused on putting out game content up until recently. Like we're gonna push out more content, more content, more content, and we're not gonna fix any bugs. So
That's not good.
So the game's kind of in a sad state right now, where there's lots of bugs and lots of imbalance, and so we're gonna. And right now it looks like the guilds are pretty empty. So we're gonna do what we can do to try to make it seem like there's more stuff going on in WildStar, and that's a thing that's coming up. We're gonna look at recruiting. There has been talk about maybe going back down to one guild, but we're still discussing and looking at it. I mean, that's sort of a perception thing. Yeah. So if you log into WildStar and you only see people on in, if you look and there's only like one person on or you're no people on, there could be other people on in the other guild. Just say hi, or switch to a character that's in the other guild and see for yourself. And we do have 2 guilds, and there is Greenwall, and that's...
Actually, I like what you guys did. I know the interest in WildStar when it first launched was so great and major. that you guys
was out
did the
there.
2 guild thing just to try to. In fact, you even had to cut back on the revolts that were allowed in the guild, just
Right.
because. And that's
Which
every
sucks.
single game does that. There's that balloon period where everyone jumps in, they get the 30-day trial or whatever, and they play it, and then they say it's for them or it's not for them, and they drop out. And you guys handled that balloon period very, very well, I think.
Yeah, that was we tried to do that. Now we have 2 guilds that they look empty. We get about a couple people play every night, but they're really dedicated, diehard people. So we're gonna when the mega server comes, which is coming very soon.
Yeah.
Very soon, I hope.
They're
The mega
moving-
server.
For people who are not aware, the mega servers basically because of the population decline, Carbine's moving. They're moving all the servers to one big server. They're gonna put everybody on the same one for
Like
PvE.
Eve.
Yeah.
Sort of
There'll
like
be
Eve,
one for PvE and one for PvP. So they're actually voting on names now. I'm not sure if they're done voting or not, but
I'm not either. It's not look at WildStar News Day for me today.
that's Tuesday.
That's Tuesday. About an hour before we record our podcast.
It is. It's
Man,
like,
No,
yeah.
that's awesome.
That sounds like us some days writing show notes, but that's beside the point.
I've always loved the games that have everybody in the same server, because you do get that issue where my friend plays on a totally different server, other friend plays on another server, so that actually sounds awesome. I'm glad they're doing that.
Yeah, so we won't have that, which will be awesome. We'll have one server, and I feel so bad for the people that have terrible computers like Ren, because
I have a terrible computer.
it's already
which is a terrible
we have
thing.
not seen we're on Storm Talon, and we have not seen this population decline that everybody else has seen, because our server is like the most populated PvE
Right.
server apparently. So like there's always people in the capital city Thade, and I mean I just feel bad when we put all 8 or 9 servers onto one server, and then they're all going to be sitting, all those people will be sitting in Thade, and it's going to be like a slideshow. I bet it's going to be a slideshow.
I'm not going to be able to go anymore.
You need a new computer, Cupcake.
Cupcake.
I have to install all the city things I need at my house. If I can get an auctioneer up there or something, I don't
An
know.
auctioneer at your house.
Yeah.
So what they're doing is after the mega server comes, or before the mega server comes, because they haven't given us a time frame on the mega server. They just said they have the technology, and we're not.
They will
gonna do
rebuild
I
it.
mean, we're gonna do it. Yeah, we're gonna do it sometime. We have the tech. We're just waiting. We're testing or something. Who knows? But on our third drop, which is going to be sometime in November, they're going to add new content. It's called
Defile.
No, it's got a really really long name. The first patch was called
Strain.
I don't remember, Strain, and the second patch is called Sabotage. And so you think they'd go with this whole one power word thing.
Right.
The next one is called The Mystery of Genesis Prime and the Journey to Omnicore 1.
Oh,
So-
of course.
really?
It was called Defile before this.
Why did they
So,
change it? I didn't hear about
This was in the state of the game notes that the
Marketing.
president and marketing person.
Somebody marketing said, yep.
Yeah, this is the new thing, Mystery of Genesis Prime. So in this, they're going to add some new solo content. So people like Cav who haven't been playing the game because there's no solo content to do. There literally is no solo content to do besides repetitive dailies, and there's not that many. So they're going to add some new solo, and it looks exciting. I watched, they had it during Gamescom, just some footage of it, and I was like, ooh. And Gamescom was a while ago too, so I've been kind of waiting for this. They're going to add some new group stuff like they have right now. They have, like, it's going to be story stuff that's built into the world where you get into this big 20-man raid and spoil the story for everybody else. There's a story in WildStar, so we're not going to spoil it.
Yeah.
There's a story in WildStar?
Yeah, there's a story in WildStar.
I thought
Mhm.
they were just
I've-
psychotic
It
hamsters.
was sad.
It's a good story. There's actually some really clever writing. If you read all the journal entries and stuff you find, there's some.
Mhm.
They have some really clever writing going into that game. It
I don't
impresses me
read it.
every time I read something new.
I just listen to the voice actors telling me what's going on.
He skips the quest text.
I skipped the quest text.
Nobody reads the quest text. That's what the little dots on the map are for.
I read that quest text. I'm one of
That's
those
what it's for. There's a little. I think in WoW you get a little. You get like a little arrow that points to where you're supposed to go. So when you click on the things, so that's what you do. That's what I do. Oh, I'm in
That's
the
what I
right
totally
area. I've done it. So when you get a game like Warcraft where you have to read a little bit more of the quest text or there's no voiceover, yeah. So also with that, they're gonna change the rune system, which is like what's it like? Enchanting in WoW, or kind of like jewel crafting, rune crafting.
Yeah.
Get like all those things into one thing, and they're going to change it. So right now, gear drops, and this is also they're going to change the itemization. But right now, gear drops in WildStar are random. So you could go do XYZ super hard dungeon, kill the last boss, and get what you think is your best in slot item, and it randomly rolls the amount of slots that it has to use. So you could get 1 slot or no slots or 5 slots. And you put these add-on ruin things in that give you extra stats like gems. And so you had just got your best in slot item, and now you're going to have to keep farming it until you get one with 5 slots or whatever.
Wow.
Oh,
So
that's annoying.
That's not fun.
Now,
No.
They're changing it.
are
So they're
those
changing it.
items class-based predominantly, or is something where you might get a best in slot for, say, somebody else? So how does that work?
It's pretty class-based. There's there's like armor. There's like armor sets or whatever that are like there's a medium, light, and heavy armor, and so I think that's each one's shared by 2 classes, but they have like crazy different stats for each thing, and then the weapons are all like each class is uses its own weapon, kind of like Final Fantasy. So so that's like an awful, terrible thing that's in the game right now that they're gonna fix. Like all the other awful, terrible things. Yeah.
That's
They're
a
also-
pain.
So we've been getting these content drops like every month, and so we haven't had a content drop since
July.
July or August. I'm not even
It came out in June. The first was in July. The second was in
August. Yeah, so we haven't had a content drop in a couple months, and the reason why is, like I said before, they were putting out content and not, they were just putting out content.
They weren't getting enough QA on it. Basically.
Yeah, there's no QA, so they're they might fix like 10 things and break like 600 other things.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, I'm a developer. I totally understand that.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So they said in a new drop when it comes out, they are going to have they're going to fix thousands of bugs.
This is their number.
Thousands.
Yeah.
So I can't wait because I think like I've seen a lot of like posts, and I'm like even on our forums where people have left the game because of the bugs. So I'm hoping that we fix the bugs and people come back because it's a really good game.
Yeah. Fix the bugs, move to the mega server, nerf the attunement a little bit so that it's not quite so grueling.
So terrible.
Making it
So-
a better gaming experience for everybody then, hopefully.
Yeah.
It is a really good game. I remember when I did the beta, I did, I said level 10, I think, in every class character combination. It's well written, it's funny, it looks great, it's a fun to play game. The only problem, the reason I don't play it is because I can't afford to pay a monthly subscription for every other game. I'm kind of hoping it comes out free to play because I will be back if it goes free to play.
Frank Kills would not be happy with you.
I don't play a monthly subscription for that game. I'm paid up till January. They have a system like Eve has with Plex, so.
Oh,
Yeah.
really?
Combined
Right.
subscription time with in-game money.
Yeah, so I'm paid up till like January, so I'm pretty good, and it's not too like terribly hard to make money. So, yeah, I really like that because it gives me an opportunity to pay for other games because I can't. Because I don't want to pay for more than one subscription.
Oh, gosh,
every
no.
month either.
Yeah.
Gosh. So they're gonna change the since the new drop's coming out in November. They've stated in the State of the Game thing they put out the other day that the drops are gonna come every quarter. I don't know if that was at a minimum or at a maximum, but it's not gonna be monthly. So quarterly content patches, I'm okay with that.
Yeah.
As long as there's enough stuff to do and things are getting fixed. I mean.
As long as what's coming out is good and bug free, or as bug free as it can be.
Yeah, if they're using the extra time to make sure the content's better and not full of bugs, and yeah, it makes total sense.
I'm perfectly fine. I'm perfectly fine with less content that works.
Yeah, definitely.
Because that's. I mean, we've been in dungeons where you go in a dungeon and you spend like 35 to 40 minutes in the dungeon, and then the like boss mob will bug out, and you can't hit it.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, that sucks.
Oh my God! Really?
Yeah,
That is
so-
really.
That is a terrible, 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 terrible thing to happen to anybody, especially me.
Yeah. Oh my gosh.
So, yeah. So hopefully all this stuff is going to get fixed and be much better and awesome and things.
Thanks.
Things. Oh, I know you got me on the thing now.
Yeah.
So we have a few things that have been changed like recently that are for the better. The attunement, which is think in terms of MMO attunements. Do you remember like the old Linuxia attunement?
Yep. Molten Core. Yep.
Yeah. No, Molten Core is really easy. No, the Linuxia attunement.
Long,
where
drawn
they
out.
really long and drawn out. Well, that's pretty much how the people that made the original World of Warcraft are the people that made WildStar. So the attunement process kind of reflects what you would see in vanilla WoW. So you have this really long, really difficult to do attunement chain, and they've just nerfed it because they just realized that not everybody's hardcore. So
And plus, there's a difference between hardcore and just grindy, and the attunement's almost more grindy than it is
the
difficult.
attunement is
Mhm.
terribly
So
grindy.
it's hard just to be hard.
It's
Hard just for hard's sake. Yeah.
That's no
yeah,
fun.
It was hard for grindy saying, but they
Yeah.
changed it. So now they used to the veteran dungeons. They're super hard. In fact, I haven't finished one, but I haven't been doing a whole heck of a lot of dungeons in WildStar. But the dungeons are just super, super hard. They require a lot of coordination and a lot of movement, and I mean, it's fun. It's just hard. And
Yeah. It's a challenge.
there's a medal system in the game. You get silver, gold, or bronze. Not in that order, obviously. More like the Olympics.
It
Yes.
used to be silver. You had to get silver in all of the veteran dungeons, and then they've dropped it down to where you only have to get bronze.
Which is a big change because, I mean, bronze is just like pretty much going in and killing the last boss.
Oh,
Silver
good.
is getting it in like a time period and doing optional objectives and having like so many people die, and it's just wow,
Yeah.
very difficult.
Yeah.
And then they also the world bosses are you have to kill all the world bosses for the attunement, kind of like you did with the dragons and the Onyxia chain. I really love that part of the quest. But kind of like that where but my thoughts have just gone out of my head.
He lost
It's okay.
some guy.
Words
The
are
world
hard.
bosses.
It's
It
okay.
used to be not retroactive. Once you got the attunement, you had to go and kill them again if you hadn't, even if you killed them already. But now they're attaching achievements to the world bosses, and the attunement goes back and looks for those. So when you get to that step, if you've already killed them in the past, now it will count. Of course, so you have to
Nice.
have killed them after they put in the achievement for them. So
Yeah,
it's sort of a
which is, so like if you like killed like the boss in the first zone at level 10 in a group of like level 10s, like you're going to kill Hogger or something, and then now you get the Hogger achievement. Now you get the Hogger achievement and you don't have to go back and do it when you're 50, which is great.
Well-
What else? The last raid used to require 300 of these tokens you get, and I think you only get them. You get one after every dungeon run, one for the whole group of 5. Okay, so it's a random roll for one person out of the 5,
Oh, wow.
and you used to have to get 300 of them to get into the second raid. The first
Jeez.
raid you just have to complete this chain. In the second raid, to get into that, the next step is to kill the last boss in the raid and then acquire 300 of these tokens.
It's a primal pattern.
Now,
is that what that-
Yeah, I'm not sure how many have dropped in the raid because obviously we haven't done the raids yet. But I know they drop one at a time out of the dungeon. So and then they've reduced that requirement from 300 down to 100.
Oh, that's
Which is-
great.
It seems a lot more manageable, and I mean, at least from a casual point of view.
Right, because we all love gaming, but it shouldn't be as hard. It shouldn't be your second job.
No,
Yeah.
so they've realized they're realizing the mistakes that they've made. Basically, that okay, not everybody's a super what they quote unquote hardcore gamer.
The 1% they call it.
The 1%, and they want people. They said in their thing that they want people to play end game content. It's there to be played. So they're kind of like changing their philosophy, and so I mean it's for the better because now everybody is going to be able to see rating, or more people, maybe not everybody, because the stuff is still really hard, and the game requires a lot of technical moving. So.
Probably came to the realization, they've got bills on developers to pay, and that money comes from players. And if people
you need players, right?
Yeah, nobody's playing the game. But yeah, so it's for the better. And then in game, every Thursday night we do an attunement run, and Arv, if you guys know him from like Star Wars or any other game he plays, he sets us up. Basically, all the games. Basically, Thursday night we go and take a group, or maybe two groups if we get a lot of people, and we're working through the attunement chain, trying to get people attuned.
Yeah, it's a really good move by him. I think it's getting people to log back in and get stuff done, and sort of organizing the people that we have in game to get some stuff done so that the game's fun to play. I was not playing there for a while, and I got back in Thursday night, and I had lots of fun. He put that together. We ran one of the adventures, got silver in it. It was a lot of fun.
Right.
And that's I think one of my favorite things about AIE is that these runs that we do, they're not all like, it's not like a guild officer corps like puts together all these runs. It's a community run guild. And
right.
So, anybody in the community can set up and organize something to happen, and this is a perfect example of somebody going, okay, we need to do attunement runs, and it's working, So huge shout out to Arv for being awesome.
Yeah.
So if somebody wanted to actually join, do they just show up for the attunement run, or what's that process like if you're interested?
They can just show up.
Show up and say, I want to go. Yep.
All right, cool. And something I always like to ask each of our games, people want to join the game if they're either, excuse me, if they're in AIE in like World of Warcraft or another game, or if they're already in WildStar. Sorry, I have a frog in my throat. If they're already in WildStar in another guild and they want to join our guild, how do they get into AIE? What server are you on? What are the steps involved?
Stormtown server. Currently, until they change it anyway to the mega server. But right now we're on Stormtown server.
Good.
Exile side. Yeah.
And the process.
The cool side.
Yeah, the process is just like any other AIE game. Go into Umami, find us in the drop down, or click on the picture, I guess, and fill out an application. We'll get an email saying, hey, there's an application waiting for us, and we'll go approve it. Then come in game. We have a channel in game. I think it's /C join and then AIE LFO.
Yep.
Or there's a little gear icon on your chat window, and you can click that and scroll all the way to the bottom and just type it in the box and hit add.
Yeah.
Which is that's the actual method. It's in our wiki, the AIE gaming community. We have a wiki.
Actually, I think it's CH join. I think it's Star Wars that's C join, because I always like.
It's so confusing.
Star Wars.
Like just join.
Can there just be Can there just be like a universal join?
I remember when these chat commands were standard across games. Like you could type in /camp and it would log you out in like every game I played. And now it's like, oh, well, we're going to be different. We're going to be CH joiners, C join, or C leave, or just leave.
Just to be different. That's the only reason.
Just to be different. So yeah, jump into the channel and you ask for an invite from an officer, and hopefully there's an officer on, and we'll invite you to the guild. Best time to get a hold of an officer is in the evenings.
Usually, I know in most of our games, often you will see that, just because most of us have to work during the day. But yeah.
Mm-hmm. All right. So with that, I'm going to call that our show for tonight. We want to thank you both very much for being here. First, you guys know the chat room. Please begin throwing out your show title suggestions. It'll be up to the two of you, Jedi and Vern, for picking this week's show title winner. But while they do that, let me ask where people can find you on the web. We'll start with you, Jedi. Where can you be found?
I can be found at Jedi Knife Fight on Twitter. Not
Great
spelled
name.
like my in-game name. It's spelled like Jedi, like Star Wars. Yeah, like Star Wars. And also, randomly, I can be found at the WildStar Port, or is it WildStar?
Yes, the WildStar Port.
It's the
Both
WildStar Port?
have that one. Yeah.
And you want to explain what that is, by the way?
Actually,
I know what it is. But...
It is our WildStar podcast, AIE WildStar podcast. We record every
For all the
Tuesday.
cupcakes.
Yeah.
For all the cupcakes. We've done a show.
I'm
We've done a
looking
show
at the
every
Twitter
week for the
handle.
last 12 weeks. It's just
That's
awesome.
awesome.
Oh, great.
That,
So
that
yeah, you know
cannot
this
be-
whole podcasting thing is hard. I didn't realize how hard it is
Yeah.
because I don't listen to podcasts, and the sound I edit this show, and it's like the sound of me breathing is the most irritating sound ever. I just
Have you gotten past all the ums?
No, I don't. I just
Um,
pretty good. We're pretty good at not saying ums.
Yeah.
It's
Are you kidding me? I can spot an in a waveform from like 50 yards.
Yeah, that's
Okay.
What are you
At
saying,
WildStar
Aludra?
Port. Not me.
Nothing. I don't edit this show.
And I don't edit. I just post it the way it is. So,
Yeah.
we go live. Raw and uncensored. Unless, I accidentally say something I shouldn't, then I do have to censor
Right.
that out. But that doesn't
like
happen often.
okay.
I'll forget it's it's not FERT raid chat, and I've got to take myself out. So, Vern, where can people find you on the web?
On Twitter, you can find me at Vrym, V-R-Y-M, not two N's like it is in here, but it's
Everybody's so
storyline's different.
difficult.
Yeah.
Right?
And also, like a Jedi, you can find me at WildStar Port. We do our show every Tuesday. It usually comes out on about Thursday.
It
Around.
depends on how I edit.
We'd understand
You
that.
put it off. You put it off. It's like it's a lot of work, so you just don't want to do it.
If you guys would do me a favor while Aludra jumps into our social details, if you guys would be so kind as to type your info into the show notes so that people
Yes,
who
please.
may not spell that correctly can come find it.
All right.
If you have a question or comment about our show, you can email us at podcast@aie-guild.org. You can also follow us on Twitter. The show is at AIE Podcast. Accusod is at Accusod. I am at Aludra_AIE, and Michaela is at Cyberwaif. We record live with video every Thursday at 9 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Pacific,
Ooh.
apparently.
That is
You can-
incorrect.
Oh,
Yes.
hey, let me update that right now.
Thank you.
Yeah,
You
we,
can also
used
join
last
us
week's
in
show
the
notes,
chat
didn't we?
room. Yes, it was just a copy paste. So, we record live with video every Sunday at 8 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Pacific. You can join us in the chat room and play along with us on the website at theaiepodcast.com. Our theme was composed by the amazing Andrew Allen. Follow him at Keys with Soul or visit his website, keyswithsoul.com.
And now it's time to play all the great AIE segments we received this week, including Ask Miss Mulgra, Overly Dramatic News, Ask a Magus, and other much lesser-known Shaws.
All right, next week we'll be talking to Hoots from Eve about Eve, I guess, because that's why it would make sense to have him here, wouldn't it? So
All about
until
Eve,
then,
yes.
until then, AIE, this is Accusod,
This is Aludra.
This is Makala.
and this has been the AIE Podcast. Okay, enough of that.
I'm gonna go ahead and update our master sheet there with that information.
Yes,
That'd be great.
please.
Thank you very much. Okay, chat room. We need a show title, and we are looking at you. Actually, I'm not looking. Where's my chat room window? There
There's
it
some
is.
really great suggestions out there. Oh my gosh.
Right, Jedi, I see you're in the chat room, and then I see Vern. Okay, you guys, it is up to you now. The pressure's on.
The pressure.
No pressure.
We do have kind of an unofficial rule. You can't put the chat title in until the end of the show because you have some people who will put their show titles in throughout the show.
That
and
makes
we
it
can't
very
always
difficult.
look back and find them. So it makes it a little bit challenging. So those of you who did that, please put them here at the end. And
Mm-hmm.
I kind of like the time zones are hard.
I like the time zones are hard too.
I
That was
know.
way earlier in the show.
Yeah.
And I mean,
And then we messed it up at the end again.
well, the
Total
website says
professionals.
they record at 9 Eastern. So I was like, oh, you guys record at 9 Eastern. So I was like, okay.
Yeah,
Wait,
it's-
how is it 9 Eastern and 5 Pacific? Yeah.
Yeah, I was like, I just hopped into the Google. I'm like, you guys record in 2 hours, and McCullough's like, no, we're recording
48
38
minutes, thanks for asking.
We're recording soon.
Sooner,
It's
so
like,
we
oh.
popped in.
all right, so do we have a
Glad you
winner?
asked because I wouldn't have even been upstairs
Uh,
otherwise.
all the cupcakes.
And so we've got all the cupcakes. We've got Grind the Cupcakes, WildStar Mega Cupcake Update.
What?
Up the cupcakes.
WildStar is still wild.
It was a cute one, yeah.
Trust me, Cupcake. The WildStar still. Oh, they're all good.
All right, it's up to you. Pick one.
Oh my gosh, Ren. I've done this before, so you can pick the title.
Okay. Oh gosh.
No pressure.
The egotist in me wants to make it a WildStar themed title, but I really do like the time zones are hard. I really do like time zones are hard.
Yeah, yeah.
Who said that one?
I was like.
We could always though you guys. You can always though add the WildStar reference with the cupcake.
Yeah.
Oh my God, Cupcakes, WildStar, or Cupcakes.
Time zones are hard. Cupcakes.
Cupcake.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
All right, but I need to know who the credit for the.
Oh, where was that? I'll find it. It's at the very beginning.
It's a second.
Let's see.
Dratus said it at 1901.
That doesn't count. That's outside of the range of the show title.
Oh gosh, they found
Cheating.
it.
Okay, if they found it, I'll mark it. All right, there we go. I copied, pasted. Dratus, congratulations on beating Sybil for this week's show title. Because that's really what the challenge is now. Can you come up with one better than Sybil? And that was challenging.
Sybil's is good too. I like the WildStar is still wild.
All right, with that, I'm going to take us. All right, with that, I'm going to take us off the air to the chat room. Who jumped over to Sunday to join us? Thank you guys so much.
Thank
Great
you
to
so
appreciate
much,
it.
guys.
Thanks, guys.
And we will see you next
9:30 for the ACOG.